There's nowhere to hide for tonight's two teams, and we're here to bring you all the action. Thanks for joining us. The Sheffield Sharks have won their last 10 games, whereas Manchester has won only 2 of their last 4. As you look at the table, it looks like the battle for the league title is between these two teams. Our guest tonight is Edinburgh Rocks coach Jimmy Brandon, who has been a coach for both of tonight's team. You beat Manchester last week. You think they'll respond?
I think they will. I think they'll come out fired up and looking to get back on track, because they know that if they do lose this match tonight, it's going to be an uphill battle to catch them for the title.
Okay, Jim, thanks for that. Now, it's always good to get the insight from the coaches and the players. Alton Bird joins us at courtside again with the inside look.
Thank you very much, Kevin. And let me tell you this, the league title is the most prestigious thing you can win all season. To win that title, you've got to play consistently throughout the season. Now, these two teams are in a class of their own, and let me tell you this, neither will want to give away any ground whatsoever. But after the last week's what's been happening, believe me, there's a little bit more pressure on Manchester than there is on Sheffield. Sheffield's National Cup win is history. Tonight is a fight for the #1 spot.
If we win, we can get right back in first and be 1-0 up. If we lose, it seems like the stakes are a lot higher. 2-game gap and we're down 1-0. So the importance of the game from our standpoint has really elevated with us slipping up there a little bit at Edinburgh. So it's really a must-win for us.
I'm quite relaxed. You know, there's a long way to go in the league season. There's a long way to go in the series between Sheffield and Manchester. And I feel the pressure falls squarely on them. You know, they're playing at home. They've got the advantage of the 2 games at home. You know, they've been built for a title this year, and I think they've got to come good.
Matchups will be interesting. We have a tough time a little bit in the backcourt. I think it's a similar game for us when we're playing somebody that's good. The backcourt's a test for us, and the front court is a test for the other people. How are they going to stop Holley and Dorsey at the basket? How are we going to stop Myers, Conlan, some of those other guys on the perimeter? On
Ronnie Baker, I'm going to put Terrell. On John White, I'm going to put Travis. On McKinney Perry, I'm going to put Todd Cauthorn. On Tony Dorsey, I'm going to put Pete Scantlebury. And on Tony Holley, I'm going to put Will Johnson. We're going to have different guys rotating on to players like White and Dorsey to keep them tired. We don't want them ever to get a fresh look at the basket. But I think they have the matchup problem with us. I think that their backcourt is going to have a hard time matching up with our backcourt.
Am I excited to play the game tonight from a coaching standpoint? Yes, I am, because I think there's a few key things that I'm going to do that are really going to affect the game. That's one thing about Sheffield. They don't make that many adjustments game to game. They just play. They play their way. They play man-to-man. They play push it up the floor. They run their secondary break. You know, they look to their key guys. They go inside, kick it out for the threes. So I don't expect them doing anything special against us.
We say it all the time. This is what we do, Sheffield. Everybody knows it. Let's just go out and do it better than people are prepared to try and stop it. If I have my way, I want to run up and down the floor. And I think Manchester will want to slow it down and pound it down and use their height to our advantage. They like to run, but we like to run for 40 minutes. I think they want to pick their spots.
We're going to play hard. We're going to be getting after everything we can, and if they beat us, they're going to really have to earn it, because we ain't giving it to them tonight.
2 future coaching legends in the Budweiser League game. But speaking of legends, I got you and Alton Bird here working with me today. Do I kneel or do I just get out the building?
Being nice to me now. You wouldn't say that last year.
Hey, out of these 2 teams, you've coached both of them.
Yeah.
Which one do you feel the closest relationship to?
I'm partial to the Sharks. I mean, we had a longer relationship with them, won championships with them, have a very, very strong rapport with all the people over there. So, yeah, I mean, my heart is over there.
You beat Manchester last week. What did you do to get the victory?
I think that what they did is they had 3 guys, the 3 top players score a lot of points, but didn't get the support from the rest of the players. And I think this team has more than 3 good players. They have up to 6 very good influential players out there. And I think the other 3, McKinney Perry, Jason Swaine, and Ronnie Baker, has to come to play today.
So out of those 3, which one are you seeing being the most important?
The high exalted emperor of the bomb squad, Jason Swaine, is aching to have a great game against his ex-team.
Now, Chris Finch from your old team, the Sheffield Sharks, said he wants to run on Manchester. Do you agree with that philosophy?
I think the way that they run, yeah. I mean, they really, you know, Sheffield is a strange team. They're a very good team, all-around team, can break you down half court, slow down, or run. I really think Sheffield can play it any way it goes, but certainly they would probably like to wear them down because they're deeper. I think that's what Chris means. He'd like to get out and run to wear them down into the game. They'll be more fresh than Manchester.
Who has the best guard combination, Sheffield or Manchester?
Ooh, tough one to call. You have to go by what's been happening recently, and as far as wins, you got to go with Sheffield right now because they're playing so much better together.
Winner and how many points?
I think it's been Manchester by 3.
Okay, so we'll see. He says he has affinity with Sheffield, but he's going for Manchester. So this is a game of great expectations, and no one brings it to us better than the man at courtside, Daniel Routledge, who's joined by Jimmy Brandon.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Yes, this is the heavyweight title bout. Let's take a look at the two contenders, starting with the hometown Manchester Giants. The noticeable change there, Kevin St. Kitts at 21 returns for his third spell with the Giants. He replaces Danny Craven, who hasn't played since starting against Worthing in the last game before the England break. No changes in the starting 5, though. Stopping these guys is simple enough. Keep the ball out of the hands of Dorsey and White. Keep Perry and Holley off the boards and slow down Ronnie Baker. Very simple indeed. The men charged with doing exactly that, the Sheffield Sharks. And there they are, the cup winners of last season can go 2 points clear with a game in hand with a victory tonight. Back in the team and backing the starting 5 is Peter Scantlebury, who missed out on a winner's medal last weekend because he was cup-tied, having played an earlier round with the Newcastle Eagles. MVP Terrell Myers will be looking for another big performance. It's the Giants against the Sharks, 1v2, the big one, the game everybody's been waiting for. And we get underway with a jump ball. Will Johnson wins it, and Sheffield have the first offense. Terrell Myers loses the handle in the backcourt and somehow gets it to Cauthorn. He drops it. I don't know if the ball's cold or something there, Jimmy, but they're both having trouble hanging on. Quick break as Tony Dorsey runs. Good block. Travis Conlan running back. Great defensive play. Here's what the bookies say. They say the Giants by 2. You said Giants by 3, Jim.
Yeah, Giants by 3. I think, you know, they'll be pumped up after not seeing Sheffield win that championship on television. They definitely want to come back at them and get back in the race for something.
Are you, as Myers fires up for 3 in and out, are you going with the Giants because they're on their own court?
No, I think I'm going for Giants because I think they have more sense of urgency now. Sheffield not really going to be a fat cats and win the cup win last week, but I think that they definitely, you know, feel a little bit comfortable, good about what they're doing, and Manchester has a point to prove.
Sheffield haven't lost in the week following a cup game as Dorsey fires up. Rebound Holley, there's a foul on Todd Cauthorn underneath as Holley got the rebound. Wow. Sheffield have never lost a week after the cup final, Jim Brandon. That's an unusual stat.
Yeah, that's true, but that's in the past, and this is today, and I think Manchester's going to come out at them. But, you know, the intensity is way up today, Danny. I mean, it's amazing how they're battling underneath the boards already.
The intensity way up in the crowd as well. A lot of them on their feet. It's a big crowd here at Manchester making plenty of noise. And there's the first thing for them to cheer as John White hits a Cauthorn on the quick run back. And Chris Finch said Sheffield are going to look to get up and down the floor.
Yeah, as you see, you know, Sheffield likes to rip and run. That old system we put in. Chris Finch, my protege of the past.
There is a rip from Terrell Myers, and he wins the ball.
They want to break when they want to, you see. And just after they scored, Manchester, Sheffield's right back at them.
Both teams seem to struggle to get in the flow so far, Jim Brandon. Do you think it's nerves of the big game situation here?
I think Manchester's trying to prove a point. It's going to be a physical game. We'll do whatever necessary to win it. And I think Sheffield's handling it so far, but it's going to be a hot one, I'm telling you.
Pete Scantlebury. Inside to Will Johnson, lost the handle. Dorsey came up with it. Johnson got it back. Good play from Johnson. Myers with plenty of room. Terrell Myers given all the space he needs.
Hey, you can't leave him open like that.
MVP of the National Cup final last week, Terrell Myers. He also had the winning basket some, I think, 26 seconds from the end.
That's right. Hey, listen, the way this game is going, a couple of rugby players could get in here and get a uniform, I think.
It has been an aggressive start by both teams. 2 minutes in, it's 5-2 to the Sharks, who lead the league. White to reply for 3, doesn't get it. Cauthorn eventually going after the rebound after boxing out. Myers with that trademark step back. Nobody does that better than him, does it? That little jink forward and step back.
The step away, you know, the step away move. Sheffield applying a little pressure right back at him. Whatever you do, we'll do a little better.
Traveling violation called on John White. Good spot by the referee. White lifted his pivot foot first. Here's another look at it, Jim.
Yeah, a little Watusi move there. I used to do that dance in my day, you know. A little music.
Did you get called for the travel, though? I take it from the laugh, that's a no. Conlan for 3. Travels Conlan all twine on the three-point shot. And Sheffield lead by 8.
But look at Sheffield countering with the press. I mean, Manchester came out pushing the issue. Sheffield said, fine, you want to play that way? We can as well. That's the thing about Sheffield. They can play so many ways.
Dorsey through the middle off the back of the glass. Good tip from Perry to keep it alive. Round to White. Same move this time, he didn't travel. And he dished up the ball. Foul was called on Terrell Myers first. Foul number 1 on him. It'll be another inline ball to the Giants. Dorsey lobs into White. White fires over Conlan, too strong. And Cauthorn comes down with it.
Todd Cauthorn really doing a great job this year, hitting the boards and covering for the loss of Gaudio and Don Amici from last year.
He did a tremendous job last Friday, as our viewers would have seen in the Birmingham game. 30 points that night. He pretty much ensured Sheffield didn't lose that double overtime game against Birmingham. Through the middle of Scantlebury off the assist from Travis Conlan.
Here's the matchup I'm sure Sheffield want to really try to go and push the issue. Conlan versus Baker, a lot bigger, really gets up, elevates.
Look at the shooting stats there, Jim. Manchester just can't buy one at the minute.
I know, it's amazing.
White, did he save it? No, he didn't. He stepped out of bounds first, and it will be a Sharks ball from the side. Nick Nurse screaming there in your screen, trying to get a timeout. It's so noisy in the building that the table couldn't hear it. Another turnover from the Giants has caused Nick Nurse to call a timeout. 3 turnovers for the Giants. Let's go down and have a listen to Nick.
Okay, let's go. Listen. We group here a little bit, you're okay, all right? Be strong with it. We've got bumped on some stuff, but we got to be stronger, get it in the basket, and get good shots. Execute your stuff, okay? You want in the low post there to Dorsey. He doubles off to keep your eyes up. You can get it back on it when you're cutting through, okay? All right. Pick up now, let's go. They're shooting it in. We got to get out and guard them, okay? But we're okay. Let's go, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Seems very calm, very relaxed, but this is a big game. There's a big crowd in the house, and they're 12-2 down, Jim Brandon.
Yeah, it's a big crowd, great atmosphere, perfect setup for them to play so well. But, you know, and credit to Manchester. I think they came out, pushed the issue, put some pressure on them, but Sheffield's so good at responding to those and keep their cool as calm. And
this is the key factor here, isn't it, though, Jim? The shooting percentages here.
Yeah, some of the shots that normally go down, Manchester's pretty good around the basket and put back. Not really going down for him yet, but I think the team is going to be on top, the one who can just keep its composure and deal with the flow of the game.
It is a 40-minute game. We've only played 4 minutes thus far, but it's been all Sheffield. Myers coming around off the screen, got a little bump from White, eventually came up with the ball, found it between his legs, fires up with that fall away, that one's short, and John White gets it after it was tipped by Johnson. 3-on-1, Dorsey with the spin. Dorsey, good hands from Todd Cauthorn to rip it away, Giants ball.
Even the positive things that Manchester's doing now isn't coming off. I mean, great break, good vision. Get the guy you want to go to bucket, gets it, doesn't finish.
Foul is called before the basket. I'm not sure on that Tony Dorsey didn't just lose that off his own leg.
Yeah, I know. That's what Colin was saying. I didn't touch it, ref.
Whatever it was an end-line ball to the Giants, which was inbounded, and the foul was called on Johnson, so they'll try it again. Here's Holley. Tony Holley fires long, and away comes Myers. Johnson over Holley, fouled by Tony Holley. He had a great game last week against you. League record for this season, 25 rebounds, 28 points. He did it all last week.
Tony Holley showed us up in Edinburgh last weekend the full repertoire. Here he is right here getting called on the foul. He thought his hands were straight up. It's funny, that's one of the toughest calls this season. All the players around the country complaining about it. What's straight up and what's not. You put your hands, even going backwards, sometimes you get called for it. I think it's probably been an inconsistent call from the groups of referees that have been coming out of different places this year. But Tony Holley, wouldn't believe it last time. I mean, the full repertoire, we saw everything.
There's a few record holders in the house tonight. Tony Holley leads the league most rebounds in a game this season with 25. John White, 54 points. That's the highest by a player this season. Travis Conlan, 17 assists in a game earlier this year. That's a record so far this year as well. White going strong to the hole. Johnson makes amends for missing them both by getting the rebound.
Look at the break. Look at the support on the break. Skip pass.
Conlan given some space, decides against the three. Johnson
kick, bam. Oh!
Will Johnson with the 18-foot jump shot, and it's a 12-point Sharks lead.
They just break you down so well, Sheffield.
Holley through the middle, tough shot. John White chasing it, tipped it out of bounds. Sheffield come back with it, and nothing seems to be working for the Giants at the minute.
Yeah, and it's coming to a point where they have to really, regroup mentally because they haven't had a good go over the last few weeks. It depends on how they deal with this up and down the flow of the game.
Mike Payne checking into the game. He won there's 6 shots without a basket there for the Manchester Giants. They've really struggled to put the ball in the hole. Broken up by John White. He saves it to McKeever Perry. Good play from White. Baker's off and running, but he's on his own. Nobody with him. Now comes Dorsey and Holley. He finds Dorsey, gets it back. McKeever looking for some help. Might have traveled with it.
Might have done a little walkie.
Referee didn't see it. Dorsey with the 3. Rebound Cauthorn. And still, the Giants can't get a shot to go. Tony Dorsey yet to convert in 4 attempts. Johnson, similar position. Not the same result as McKeever Perry pulls down the rebound. And we played 6 minutes to go. The Manchester Giants, one of the most prolific offenses in the country, number 2 behind Sheffield, have scored only 2 points in 6 minutes, Jim.
Yeah, but I reckon that'll change pretty soon. Don't worry. Don't feel sorry for him.
Ronnie Baker's 3 doesn't go, and still the Giants can't get a jump shot to go. Quick break from Cauthorn going all the way, draws the foul, and the basket will count. Cauthorn going to the line for a 3-point play.
The great thing about TC is everyone knows what he does. Such a great runner for a big man, runs the floor so well, such a great athlete. And, years past when I coached him, gave me what a weapon getting out on the floor and running.
What do you think Manchester have to do here? They've struggled to make the jump shots, so they have to pound it inside to Holley and to Perry and maybe even post up Dorsey.
I think they got they've been doing that. Things just haven't dropped. They just got to loosen up and keep playing. But certainly on the defensive end, they got to get back either when it's the turnover or they miss the shots because Sheffield's looking to go right at them and see whether they score or not.
If you've just turned on, the scoreboard is right. It is 17-2, the Sheffield Sharks over the Manchester Giants. Just 2 points for the Giants in this top-of-the-table clash. It really is an amazing start for Sheffield. Dorsey gets a whistle. The foul, I think, is on Mike Payne. And it'll be a sideline ball. Nick Nurse going to his bench here, bringing in Mike Defoe and Jason Swaine.
We finally have all 3 of the bomb squad on the court together. But all not on the same team. Jason Swaine from Manchester checked in, Ian McKinney and Michael Payne.
The bomb squad, the old Sheffield shooters from Jim Brandon's era.
Interesting matchup. Number 20, Richard Windle, Bam Bam we call him, matched up against Holley.
Holley lobs it round to Swaine in the corner. He's under great pressure from McKinney. Through the middle is White, and there's a score for the Giants. Foul called. It'll be a 3-point play for John White. John White going through the middle here has got all 4 Giants points in the ball game.
Yeah, well, you look at it, trying to go inside. The shots aren't going from the outside. Manchester very intelligently keep pushing the pressure, going inside. And if you don't get the bucket, or if you get the bucket, you still might get the fouls, and that might equalize it.
Foul number 2 on Todd Cauthorn. He's gone to the bench, replaced by Will Johnson, who's got about a minute's breather. John White converts a 3-point play, so it's the Sheffield Sharks 17, John White 5. The alley-oop! Oh! Johnson just couldn't hang on to it, and it touched his leg late and went out of bounds for a Giants ball.
Perfect pass as well. It was right bang on the button. Bang on the button. That was a dunk city.
just couldn't quite get a grip on it. Holley backing in on Johnson to the spin. Good defense from Will Johnson, forced him to hand back over to White. Dorsey going against Mike Payne, former teammates at Birmingham under Nick Nurse. Won a championship together. Dorsey still can't get a basket. 0 of 5 he is so far this evening. Conlan with the good feed to Johnson, great play. Travis Conlan with the assist.
The difference between Sheffield and Manchester's offense, both of them potent. Sheffield set each other up so much better. You don't have to do so many one-on-one moves, whereas Manchester, so many accomplished one-on-one players. It's quite a contrast.
It certainly is the team against the individuals, isn't it, really?
Yeah, but some tremendous individuals. So.
Yeah, some very talented individuals. White for 3. John White has all 8 of Manchester's points. He's the only guy on the Manchester team shooting at a reasonable rate, too. Inside Windle, going to work on Defoe with the fake. Goes through, too soft on the shot. Swaine chases it down. It's a 2-on-2 break. White pulls up for 3. John White with 11 now. He really has come out firing here in the first quarter, and he's the only Giant that is.
Johnny White's on fire. John White versus the Sheffield Sharks on Sky.
Windle looking for some help, finds it for Conlan.
Oh,
Conlan's
beautiful.
sweet play from Travis Conlan. Slicing through the middle.
We see some stuff tonight, boy.
Foul called on Ian McKinney. The Sharks already in the penalty, so it'll be 2 shots for John White, his chance to extend his and the Giants' tally to 13. We got subs both ways. Terrell Myers coming in for Travis Conlan. Makiba Perry coming in for Tony Holley.
Chris Finch really working that bench, hoping, as we said at the top of the show, that he can wear these guys down by the end of the game. Very important player, I think, for this period is Richard Bam Bam Windle. Can he match up inside against Makiba and Holley when they're trying to breathe Cauthorn and Johnson? He's done a great job so far.
John White with all 12 of Manchester's points in the first quarter. I don't think I've ever seen a player score all the points in one quarter, Jim Brannan. Have you?
Keep watching. I don't think he's done.
He's got all 13. It's John White 13, the Sheffield Sharks 21. Windle. Myers under great pressure is fouled by Mike Defoe. His first personal. Some pressure.
He moves in with the leg, and they call it a block. You know, you could say it's getting physical, let it go. Why are you calling that ticky tack? But I think give credit to referees. They're being consistent. They're calling the same call on both sides of the court, so you can't ask for more as a coach.
Especially in a game this big.
Exactly.
What it'll mean is that Sheffield will get a new 30 seconds. They can run it almost down to the end of the first quarter. There's a couple of second differential between the shot and game, and there's something you don't normally see. Richard Windle at the top running the point. I'm pretty sure the option will not be him going one-on-one with Perry at the end of it all. Here's the man who probably will be going one-on-one, Terrell Myers. He's double teamed. Shot clock down to 5. Now to Windle. Windle lines up the 3. Richard Windle! Unbelievable.
The young fella. Bam Bam with the 3, baby.
Well, it's been a tremendous quarter for John White. He has all of the Manchester points, but they only have 13. The Sheffield Sharks have come out gunning. It's 24-13. We'll be right back after this.
More live championship boxing coming up for you tonight. This week, Billy Swear defends his European lightweight title against the Hungarian Zoltán Kalosakai. That's Saturday night, fight night, live championship boxing tonight from 9 o'clock. Follow us here on Sky Sports 1. It's down to Daniel Routledge and Jimmy Brandon.
Now, Jim, at the end of that quarter there, Richard Windle had the ball. I said he wasn't going to be the man who was going to go and do it all, and then he pulls out a big three-point. I think we got that one on replay.
He heard you, definitely.
Take a look at this, Jim.
But great job. I mean, again, Sheffield sets each other up so much. Skip's got a double. Bam Bam said, why not? Clock's down. Coach can't get mad at me. And he knocks it down. All net.
Now, one of the key factors in the first quarter is if we look down the scorers, I mean, we see the shooting percentage here. It's been tremendous for Sheffield, but they've had it from different people. They got 6 players scored, and Manchester have 1.
Yeah, but look at the shooting percent, 27%. My God. White wants to win this game. The other guys have to step up and help him do it.
John White does need some help in the second quarter here. As we get ready to go, Johnson and Holley to tip it up. It's the Sharks in blue who lead by 11. Windle with the backdoor pass to Myers. He's out behind the arc again, Rich Windle. Perhaps thinking about another one, but Myers has it ripped away by Dorsey, gets it back, saves it. No, traveling violation is the call. Chris Finch very unhappy about that traveling violation call. Dorsey, 0 of 5 so far tonight. He has suffered with a neck stroke back injury of recent weeks. He's apparently at 100% fit, just struggling to get a shot to go so far tonight. Foul is called on Terrell Myers.
They're calling it tight, aren't they? Calling it real tight. See what it looks like. Yeah, good call, ref.
Reaching in on Myers, foul number 2.
Good call by the refs. Sometimes it pains me to say it.
When you're on TV, you're bound to say it, because you might see these guys next week.
Exactly. It pains me if I don't.
John White.
Amazing. Sheffield making Manchester play their game, ball movement.
Holley looking to go inside out to Dorsey, looking for his first score. Still can't find it. 0 of 6 now, Tony Dorsey.
Outlet.
Scantlebury, block! Huge block from Tony Holley.
Tremendous block, tremendous.
Sheffield looking to slow things down. Shot clock now down into single figures. In the low post is Travis Conlan, and he converts.
Is Sheffield breaking them down or what?
First of all, let's take a look at that play earlier if we can. The block from Tony Holley. In fact, we're going to keep with the action right here.
We're going to save it for later.
Into White, a few pump fakes, eventually goes up. John White, 15. 26 to the Sharks, 15 to John White. The turnover from Conlan a little bit long on Terrell Myers. Now, I mentioned earlier, John White has 54, the season record thus far. At the rate he's going, he might surpass that.
Well, yeah, he might let the other guys score a few points before the game is over.
Checking into the ball game for the first time, Kevin St. Kitts back with his 3rd spell with the club. He was last year and played a couple of games early this year with tours in France.
That's right. Look how Sheffield's even affecting the substitutions by Manchester. They went straight away to Conlan, who Jason Swaine was on him, realized he couldn't score against him.
And we've got a score from somebody other than John White. Mike Defoe with the score. Check the assists to Kevin St. Kitts. Terrell Myers for a big 3, nothing but net on that one. And it's 29-17 in favor of the Sharks.
But again, Sheffield going right to where the mismatches are. New Conlan, they ran a post play for the guard, got Swaine underneath, and they've taken him out subsequently.
Nick Nurse still looking very calm on the Giants sideline there.
Still early. Still loads of time.
Here's the man of the moment, John White to the fall away. That one doesn't go. Looking for a foul as John White didn't get it, and Sheffield will run it back quickly. Myers backs out, then drives through the middle again. Good feed to Scantlebury. Charging foul is called first by the referee on Terrell Myers, and that is the 3rd personal foul on Terrell Myers. That is a crucial foul, Jim Brandon.
Very much so. Here's the replay. Gets in there. Who's that? Defoe. Great job. You know, everyone talks about the block shots and the ooh and ah, but to me, the charge, the successful charge, is so much more a bigger play than the block shot in basketball.
Terrell Myers going to the bench. Doubt if we'll see him again before the third quarter. As I said, MVP of last week's National Cup final, so they don't want to be missing him for too long. Don't want him to be picking up a 4th foul in the first half, so I'll be surprised if we see him again until the second half. St. Kitts driving through the middle, short on the shot, rebound Holley. That's off, tipped out by Johnson, chased down by the 2 number 5s. And it was eventually, no, 4 and 5, sorry. It was eventually out of bounds off Mike Defoe.
Ronnie Baker, excellent scorer for him, man. He's got to start looking for his shot. Really good shooter, excellent penetrator. He can score at will if he wants to. I know he hasn't been doing it that much this year, but it's time for him to step up today.
It's time for somebody to step up alongside John White as far as the Giants are concerned. Conlan looking to go to work on St. Kitts.
Oh!
An in and out rattler for Travis Conlan. White. John White, oh my, tough shot. And he's scored 17 of the 19 points, but he's done it off some good shooting as well. 60% on the ball game for John White. Good hands from Kevin St. Kitts. Now, we've been talking about this. We've got to keep harping on about 17 points for John White. Only 2 from a bench player. Where are the other big names?
I don't know. I mean, I think they're doing the right thing going to Holley down low, and that's what I would do, but I mean, it's not coming off. But I think some of the other guys, if they're going to double down on Holley, the Bakers and other Swaines, they're going to have to hit that outside shot and be confident with it. It isn't time just to go to the 3 big guys. Other people have to step up in this situation because Sheffield are trying to counter that.
Tony Dorsey right here, I mean, he's really struggled. I mean, the last time we saw him shoot this badly was the TV game we had with Thames Valley, and Manchester got beat in that one.
Yeah, I mean, but, you know, great players like him can have a bad quarter, too, and step up and get going. You know, it's early. Sheffield's up by 10, but to Manchester, 10 points is nothing.
Like you say, they've had some good looks at it, but it just isn't seem to be dropping. Do you think there's any logical reason for it?
I don't know. You know, I don't know if they're tight or not. I don't think so, but they seem to be pretty relaxed. And I think, you know, really looking at it, Sheffield's been so dominant. They're really, other side, they're only up 10 points. You know, 10 points isn't a lot against Manchester. I'll stick with my prediction.
Here's the shooting stats, and as we see, Manchester just shooting very badly.
Yeah, but again, you know, the flip-flop is that because they're not shooting well, but look, they're not that far down. It's not like they're 20 down. It's only 10. Still very early.
Scantlebury driving through the middle. Pete Scantlebury with a tough play. Got hit by Mike Defoe, convert the basket, and will go to the line for the 3-point play. Here it is again, Jim, as Scants just went through.
Good finish. How about that finish? Got hit and had the concentration and presence of mind to finger roll it in. Peter Scantlebury, such a class player on and off the court, a great ambassador for British basketball, a gentleman that many people are very proud of.
35 years of age, Pete Scantlebury, the all-time most capped English player. Tony Dorsey checking into the game. He's got on the stat sheet at last with a defensive rebound. There's a foul underneath, not sure who it was on. Travis Conlan, was it? Travis Conlan was called for the foul on the Sharks underneath, pushing John White out of the way. And it'll be an end-line ball to the Giants.
Good time for Manchester to make a run, though, because, you know, Sheffield's not playing with Myers or Cauthorn.
Foul count there goes up to 10-4 now in favor of the Sharks.
Foul there?
Not sure on that, Jim. I'd like to see that one again, I'm sure. It'll be 3 free throws for John White.
I think everybody wants to see if White can break the record scoring-wise.
John White makes the first. That foul on Travis Conlan was his second. Myers on 3. We've been saying all the packages at the beginning there. We're saying how strong the Sharks backcourt is. If they get themselves in foul trouble, it won't be that strong.
Absolutely. I mean, that is their focal point. That's where they're head and shoulders above most people. And they got one of their main guys down, the most valuable player of the National Cup. They can't lose. Conlan.
3 of 3 from the line for John White. 5 of 5 on the ball game. 20 points already, 2 for the rest of the team. The all-time scoring record is 73 points. Just get that one. Payne from the corner for 3.
Mike Payne.
Here's Dorsey, still yet to score in the ball game.
Sheffield going to a zone, trying to help protect.
There's Dorsey's first points of the game. 1 of 7 his shooting has been, and at last he's got a basket. Lobbed into Johnson. Johnson under pressure, got the rebound, goes up again and got fouled, I think, by Dorsey. It'll be a couple of shots for
Sheffield going to
Johnson.
a zone on defense just to kind of counter, because Manchester looking to isolate. Probably heard what you said about Conlan having the 2 fouls. Here's the other side. Big Johnson does what he does well, go to the bucket, nice and strong, keeps at it, gets a foul, goes in, but it doesn't count. Like I was saying, they're trying to counter and run the zone so they don't let Manchester isolate Conlan and get him on the bench. They'll be in trouble.
Johnson struggling from the line this evening. 1 of 4. Baker given some space, but Conlan was quick to close it down. Dorsey now going to work. He's got 2. He's looking for some more. He can't find it. Conlan coming back with it. Looking for some trails. Finds Scants wide open. Scantlebury pass. Dorsey underneath.
Nice
Great play.
Move. Nice move.
John White under pressure from McKinney. Chris Finch wanting an offensive foul. Referee.
Sheffield really homing in on White's again. Somebody else has got to do something. Come on, Baker, take this shot.
Baker decides against it. Opting for St. Kitts. St. Kitts lines up a 3. He's a pretty good 3-point shooter, Kevin St. Kitts.
Kevin St. Kitts, Ronnie Baker, those guys are very good 3-point shooters. For some reason, not pulling the trigger.
Here's another good 3-point shooter coming into the game. Jason Swaine replacing.
Amen.
Here's another look at that foul.
You can see the arm of White holding the inside, the right arm of Will Johnson. You got to be 30 and over to do that move. That's an old school move, that one.
Couple of fouls now on John White. McKinney Perry checking into the game. Tony Holley getting a breather. Conlan style, driving to the basket for the layup. John White again, another big 3. He's got 23 points. The Giants have 27. He's got 23, Jim.
He shot that from the hot dog stand. That's unbelievable how far out he was.
Windle not looking for a 3-pointer this time.
Conlan, what a beautiful pass that was.
Flips it back over his head. Shot clock ticking down. Does anybody see it? Conlan does. Fires with 1 on the clock. McKinney fighting for it. Swaine had hold of him, and there was a foul eventually called on Ian McKinney. Foul number 2 on him, and it'll be a couple of shots at the other end. Here's another look at it. If you look at Swaine, I don't know if we can quite see it there. He had hold of McKinney. McKinney tried to respond through Dorsey, and the foul's called.
Those 2 kids, they know all the tricks of the trade. They learned it together, you know, and they'll try different things at each other ploys.
They had a good master teaching them all them tricks. Let's go down and have a listen to Nick Nurse.
Hey, listen to me. All right, we're gonna go. I'm gonna take a look at this. Who they got in when we come back out? We're gonna go 58. You 2 guys pick up Conlan and McKinney if they're still in. You're at the top. Excuse me. John's at the top. You and Mac are at the bottom. Okay? Look over to me. We'll go a man or 58, depending on who they got in. If he's got 3 shooters in, I won't do it. If he's got 2, we're staying, okay? All right. Come on. Hey, let's go. Come on. Hands up, like the defense.
Everything seems really flat in there, Jim. There doesn't seem to be the spark, the life.
Well, it can either be that they're a bit lackluster, or it could be that they're confident they can come back again. Sheffield dominating so much, only up, you know, low double figures. You know, if I was Chris Finch, I'd probably expect to be up maybe 15, 18 points at this time.
Tony Dorsey, who's having a nightmare shooting, will go to the line to try and get a couple of freebies.
Oh,
can't even get the freebies.
Now this is unbelievable, because you know Dorsey's so good at all areas of the game scoring, including foul shooting. You don't see him miss these many easy ones.
He misses them both.
And again,
Big Matt comes down with the rebound. Here's John White, and at last he misses one. Stolen away, Dorsey. Dorsey, I said stolen away. I think Dorsey just lost hold of it. The alley-oop to Johnson might have been a bit hopeful from Travis Conlan, and when you're up 12. I'm not sure you should be doing things like that.
Yeah, they got to be a little bit smart and get something for sure, because it got him frustrated. Don't give him a chance back to make up for it. You know, sting him and make it count.
Tony Holley back in, Kevin and Kits sitting down, getting a good round of applause from the home fans.
Some tremendous drama in this game. I mean, you know, it's
Dorsey inside to Holley. He hasn't scored yet in the ball game. Only 3 Giants on the score sheet. Only one of note, John White with 23. Dorsey way short on the 3. Good pass from Conlan to Scantlebury, fast break, and Scantlebury lays it in at the other end. And you just look down the list of the scorers here, Jim, and there are so many on the Sheffield side that are scoring good points.
Well, that's what they do. You never know who's going to hurt you with Sheffield. I think something that Dorsey can do, even though he's not having a great night, if he can get some penetrating kicking to his shooters, I think he can help. Even though he's having a bad night, some of the smart things you can do to try to help the team win.
McKinney didn't quite save it. I'm not sure it wouldn't have been a Sheffield ball if he
that was smart for him to take a good look before he threw it in. A very intelligent play, hustle, but he's got to have the support when that happens. Guys have to come to his aid.
Dorsey to inbound.
They're not even looking at some of the shooters. Swaine, you got to look at him. He's a shooter. That's why he's in the game. Get him the ball, let him knock it down.
Holley still going, blocked by Will Johnson. Out of bounds, it'll be a Giants ball. In fact, that'll just go down as a knock away. They didn't reset the 30, so it won't count as a shot. Just a reminder of the scorers. Defoe has 2, Dorsey has 2, John White has 23. Another turnover for Dorsey. McKinney running it back all the way, just didn't get the roll. And he's called for a foul as he tried to get it back from John White. Foul number 3 on Ian McKinney. He'll quickly go to the bench and be replaced by Mike Payne.
Now here's something that could swing the game back Manchester's way. These fouls accumulating. You got Ian McKinney leading the league in 3-point shooting percentage, a heck of a weapon for him. You got Conlan on 2 or 3, and then you got Myers, who's probably playing better than anyone else in the league right now. 3. So that backcourt is looking shaky and on the foul front.
Just below.
How many has he got?
8 of 8 now from the line for John White. Just shy of 90% shooter on the season for John White. That's pretty good shooting, but that'll go up. He'll probably be over the 90% mark by the end of the night if he continues the way he's going. Another 3 from Windle. This one short, out of bounds. It'll be a Sharks ball. Here's an interesting stat now, Jim Brandon, we're going to flash up on the screen here. 25 points today, more than his season average. We haven't even reached halftime.
Well, he's going to get the other 25 for the next game, you see, so he doesn't have to necessarily come for it. Take the day off.
Oh, thrown away by Travis Conlan to Tony Holley. The long pass to John White. He'll pull up for 3.
Oh!
John White
Put on a show.
8 first half points. Unbelievable from John White. John White is now the cry from the Giants fans. Stolen away by Holley
Here we
again.
go, we're getting a run here.
Still it's John White.
Pull it.
To Swaine in the
Bomb
corner.
squad, oh!
Too long from Jason Swaine for 3. Perhaps White should have just pulled up, had to go himself.
Try to pass it to yourself, you get an assist and a score. I mean, maybe.
Sheffield looking to take some time off this clock, but barring an offensive rebound, Giants will get the last offense. Payne trying to get it inside. Sharks offense has fumbled at the minute.
Oh!
Baker gets it back. We're inside 10. Baker to White. Lines up the 3.
Oh!
Gets his rebound to Swaine in the corner. White's on the buzzer.
Oh!
He'd done pretty much everything else, but he couldn't convert the 3 there, John White. But it has been a stunning display from the Giants' number 5, 28 first half points. It's the Giants 32, the Sharks 41.
This game here is giving you it all. We have individual play, we have teamwork. We have the number 1 team beating the number 1 team, 41-32. Stay with us, we're going for a break. A big night of live American football coming up for you tomorrow night. It's the championship finals at 5:30 on Sky Sports 3. The Minnesota Vikings take on the Atlanta Falcons, but that's followed at 9 o'clock here on Sky Sports 1 by the Denver Broncos against the New York Jets. The winner of those games goes to this year's Super Bowl, which can be seen exclusively live here on Sky Sports 1 on Sunday, the 31st of January. Back to our comms, Daniel and Jimmy.
Thank you very much, Sky High Giants. I don't know about Giants, that should say Sky High John White. He's been the man.
He's been awesome tonight. He's been really, really unbelievable. I was saying to Kev up in the box that, you know, with the way they're playing so badly, Manchester, Sheffield being so dominant, it looks okay for them. They're only down single figures. By the look of it, you think they're down by 20.
The jump ball won by the Sharks and Will Johnson. Cauthorn through the middle, finding Johnson on the floor, out of bounds, and it'll be a Manchester Giants ball. The interesting thing, we saw all those all-star ratings going through at halftime. John White, who leads both the North and the South, he's got a higher rating than anybody else. Tony Dorsey, sorry, here he is. There we go. I was about to say done absolutely nothing in the game, but he gets the first.
He heard you.
Scamps running it back.
Oh, and 1.
Pete Scantlebury
And
laying the
1.
floor. He's been getting out tonight and getting out the floor, making them layups.
Here's the replay. Look at him get out the veteran rock and roll, and it goes down, baby. Those young legs, veteran head and young legs.
Hit hard by his former Thames Valley Tigers teammate Tony Holley.
Only affectionately.
And Scamps converts the 3-point play.
Presses by Sheffield, trying to change the tempo.
White dishing it inside to Holley. Dorsey again looking for penetration to try and get himself going here. Maybe he's going to do what John White did in the first half.
Here we go. It's your half, you take it.
Cauthorn can't convert, knocked loose by Johnson, illegally so, said the referee. And the foul is called on Will Johnson.
There's the rebound going up. Johnson, wise smack at it. That was a silly, silly foul from such an influential player. You don't want to build up fouls on those type of plays.
Foul number 2 on him. He's the 3rd player on the Sharks team on 2. Both McKinney and Myers have 3. Holley. Tony Holley can't convert. He's yet to score in the ball game. Myers for 3. That one won't go. He spent a lot of time on the bench, and there's another one.
Exact same play, the other side.
Cauthorn now picking up his 3rd foul. McKinney, Myers, Cauthorn, all on 3.
Finch is excruciating. Look at that. It gets to be about the exact same thing. You don't want to go for that for a lot of reasons. The individual, such a great player, Todd Cauthorn, on 3 now, has to sit down. Plus, you put him in the penalties early.
Here's the foul trouble as we see. It's all against Sheffield thus far.
but Sheffield's so far absorbing this sort of stuff, bringing in Richard Bam Bam Windle.
Holley to the fall away. Still can't get it. I think he used up all his skills last week against you.
Oh, man, did he drop some scores? Oh, did he drop some shots on us?
28 points, 25 rebounds last week against Edinburgh, but he's yet to score this evening. He has got 6 boards.
He was dropping so many great shots. I was going to call timeout, Dan, just to go over and give him a high five, but I only had one, so I thought against it. Bonnie Baker coming over the back there on that last play.
Myers. Slipping to the ground, gets it to Conlan. Conlan had it knocked away, foul called on Tony Holley. He acknowledged it quickly.
Still calling it tight, referees. They're being consistent. You know, here it is again. Holley doing the same. A lot of smacking fouls. Guys trying to get that ball. It's so precious. Heavy possession. 3 fouls on the big man, the mountain man.
He's the first Giant to reach that total. Myers in the corner, guarded by White, going around the screen of Windle.
Oh, no! Nice little shimmy shake.
Windle looking to go past Perry and gets called for a foul, does Makiba Perry.
Smart move by the young man. Spots up, the guy runs at him, he goes by him on the dribble, gets to the basket, gets a foul. Nice move there. Do you know why we call him Bam Bam?
Something to do with the Flintstones?
Well, when he was a kid, he was so strong, he had no idea though. He used to knock everyone down, and he thought they slipped.
The 3 had 2 looks at it from Pete Scantlebury, bobbled about so much, but it wouldn't go, and John White will run it back. John White, coast to coast. He's got 30 already. It's down to just 6 now. Sharks led by as many as 15. Johnson, he likes that spot, but it won't go.
It ain't falling.
And the Giants fans are really making a lot of noise in the place now. It's getting hard to hear ourselves here. Holley trying to get Dorsey involved. Holley backs out, foot on the line.
Oh,
Perry chasing it and gets the offensive glass. Dorsey again driving through the middle, short, and Johnson gets a crucial rebound for the Sharks. Stolen away by Ronnie Baker. Baker runs into Perry.
Oh!
There's a foul called on Richard Windle. That was a sloppy pass, and Myers got to go get the ball rather than let it come to you.
Absolutely. Sheffield's got to go ahead and close it off. Manchester, again, as well. Baker slipping there. Has got to go ahead and finish when they get those advantages they've been looking for a long time. But certainly it changed the whole tempo of the game. Manchester play a lot better like themselves.
Psychologically here, if the Giants get it back to 4 on this score, how does this affect Sheffield, having led by as many as 15?
Well, as I said, I'm still going with Manchester. I feel that they'll come back. I think that because they've missed so many shots, they're playing so poorly, and Manchester playing so well, Manchester and Sheffield didn't get that lead they really needed. They should have 15, 18, 20-point lead. You know, they didn't get it. So, you know, they gave the opportunity, opened the door for them to come back.
And come back they have to trim it to 6 early here in the 3rd quarter. Myers lines up the 3. Terrell Myers! His first score of the second half, a big 3 from Terrell. It stretches it back out to 9.
That didn't help. Ronnie Baker really passive as far as attacking things. He is a great guard to attack zone presses and things of that nature. Why he's not having walking time.
Traveling violation called on Tony Dorsey.
He held the taxi, but it didn't come.
And he kept backing in, just forgot to dribble the ball.
He had to walk it, you know?
Here's another look. Watch him pick
there
up the ball.
There he is, a little shuffle there. A little shuffle there, look at that. Oh, yeah.
Might have traveled twice with it on that one.
Might have done.
Here's Cauthorn back into the game, replacing Windle as the lead had come down. Scans under pressure, fires short. Rebound, McKeever Perry stumbling to the floor, out of bounds, and it's a Sharks ball. Here's the shooting comparison season to today. Sheffield a little bit up on the season.
Yeah, but it's coming down from where it was before.
But when we compare that to the Manchester Giants, way down on their normal shooting, and they don't shoot that good anyway.
But that's coming up, you know. I mean, both ways it's balancing out, and it shows the way the game's gone the second half.
Nick Nurse still chewing his gum. It's still a 9-point deficit for his team. Myers given some room at the arc. Was hit late by Perry, no call, and back from the Giants 3-on-1. White, John White off the feed from McKeever Perry.
Conlan making the wrong decision on that. Should have just covered White, let McKeever take the jump shot.
Johnson going high for the slam. McKeever Perry says, not in my house. And there's a foul call.
We haven't seen many monster slams today. I'm waiting for the ghouls to come out. I like a good monster slam every game.
Seen plenty of three-point highlights, but not too many slams.
We've seen some cruise missiles out there, but no monster slams.
St. Kitts back into the game, as is Mike Defoe. Baker, Holley sit down the other way.
Good to see.
Payne comes in for Scantlebury.
Good to see Nick Nurse having a little confidence in his bench today, bringing guys in. New addition, Kevin St. Kitts, a crowd favorite, been in for many, many years. Went over to France, he's back now, but you know he's the guy who can definitely give you some input as well offensively.
On that Nick Nurse point, really his starters, John White aside, haven't really done that much. Or perhaps he's looking for some life off the bench.
Yeah, sometimes you have to do that as a coach. You know, things aren't working with your normal. You may have to go to you know, your backup players to give you a little impotence.
Still only 3 Giant scorers in the ball game. White 32, Dorsey 6, Defoe 2. Stolen away by the Sharks. Back comes Conlan, 3-on-3. Now he's forced to slow it down as the Giants are quicker back than the Sharks. Payne inside to Johnson. Oh, the double team gave Payne some room. A bad play by Mike Defoe. He helped off Michael Payne.
The bomb squad.
Foul call on Travis Conlan.
Oh.
Knocked the drinks over in the box
a couple of drinks it over here. The commentary pot. I'm having water. I'm not quite as upset as the guy who has a couple of beers over.
That's the foul found. There we are. The box next to us was affected by the ball there.
A little advert for water, you know? The pure drink.
White for 3. Oh, he's been hitting them all night. Couldn't get that one to roll. Good block. What was the call first?
Foul. 2 free throws. Mike Defoe doing some yeoman work inside. You know, this guy doesn't get much glory. You know, he doesn't get much time on court, but he comes in there when needed and really busts his backside and does the dirty work. Here he is. Goes to get the offensive rebound, goes up, and does a great thing. Even though they get the basket, got a foul on the main inside player.
Here's an interesting stat. Look at that for foul trouble. All those 5 players to 1 on 3 fouls in favor of Sheffield.
Absolutely.
Manchester do average more free throws a game than anybody else. Pete Scantlebury, the only one of the Sheffield starting lineup not to have got 3 fouls. He's yet to commit one.
Sheffield's the type of team, one of the few teams who can absorb, they don't want to, but certainly who can absorb all of these fouls because they have so many different personnel who can do it in this situation.
Holley with the offensive tip, but how did that not go in? That would have been the first score of the ball game from Tony Holley. It didn't go in. He's still yet to score. Mike Payne going against Mike Defoe, going strong.
Nice strong move, Michael Payne.
Mike Defoe very unhappy with himself. He just lost his footing as Payne took him on the quick step.
Yeah, that's what Mike is a quicker player. You see him shaking him, just gets his foot in front, and Defoe stumbling, trying to keep up. It's going to be, as long as Mike didn't pull out of that situation, all the young players out there, if you get to step on somebody and he's trying to cut you off, keep going towards him. You'll get the foul if nothing else. And try to finish. Get that one.
It was always going to be a tough shot with Mike Defoe right over him.
Mike Defoe there on the bench. He got his head down. He shouldn't, but he's done a great job in there and guarding pretty much everybody. Big men, small men, you got it. He's just trying to give his all for the team.
He's been replaced by one of Jim Brandon's bomb squad, Jason Swaine. Although he hasn't been bombing tonight, he's been passing up the shots. He had the opportunity at the end of the first half for the final shot, but opted to give it to John White.
He's waiting for me to give him the wink.
Inside Tony Holley. Tony Holley.
Oh!
Tony Holley 0 of 10 tonight. Dorsey is blocked. Tony Holley at last has scored his first point of the ball game.
Wow.
Make that 1 of 11 for Tony Dorsey shooting. Tony Holley, sorry, shooting. Conlan looking for a foul, didn't get one. Back come the Giants.
Well, they've been calling it. That should have been perhaps. The way they've been calling the game.
Offensive foul called underneath on Tony Dorsey, just pushing out of the way. And it'll be a Sharks ball from the end on the foul. Here's another
nice back down. John White, such a big guard. He's tough to go. He can put his back to you. And then they call Dorsey to push out on Cauthorn as a foul. Getting physical underneath.
Tough to see that one. The ref who made the call was blocking off.
One of the ploys is that if your outside shot isn't going very well, you want to try to push the issue inside if you have the personnel to do so you can dominate the two-point stuff. And Manchester's trying to go to the boards and get putbacks.
Myers for three! Terrell Myers stepped back behind the arc, counted. The referee at the other end said 2. It's only worth 2. Here's a look.
Oh, man, look at this.
Good spot. Good spot by the referee. He did have his foot on the line. It's only worth 2.
Hey, it's probably people just tuning into basketball like they think shooting is very easy. All these things are going in for Myers and John White. It ain't that easy, let me tell you. Not from that distance.
Terrell Myers 3 of 6 from behind the arc, although that one was only worth 2. He's 2 of 3 inside the arc. Dorsey going for the spin. Tony Dorsey gets the tip. He needed 2 attempts, but not the score.
You know, one of the things, to give credit, Dorsey's having Holley having a tough time on the offensive end, but give credit to Cauthorn, one of the most mobile big men in the league. It really is giving him a lot of difficulty, the pressure, the mobility. He can't really go by him as he normally does.
Here's the foul as Terrell Myers goes through, and that is foul number 4 on Terrell Myers. That's a big, big foul.
That's a real big one.
As he goes to the bench.
Sheffield's got 2 minutes and to try and either keep this thing up to where it is and make it difficult in the fourth quarter or even extend the lead. Manchester, likewise, has 2 minutes to try to eat into this 9-point lead. If they do, they're right back in the game. And again, as I said, possibly favorites to win it.
Great pass from Dorsey to Holley underneath, and he converted it. There was a whistle on the play. Couldn't hear the whistle for the noise. It'll be a 3-point play. Now here's the points by quarter for John White. He did it all in the first half. He just hasn't quite got it firing here in the second.
Taking a breather. He's going to give you 20 in the fourth.
Probably will too. Tony Holley, the man who just got his first score in the ball game a couple of moments ago, is looking for point number 7 now from the foul line.
I think probably in the locker room, Nick Nurse and the rest of the guys really said, listen, we got to step up. They're making a conscious effort, including White, trying to get everybody involved.
The long pass from Conlan to he's tried a couple of them passes today, and none of them have come off, Jim.
He's got to be smarter, Conlan's got to really control the tempo now with his backcourt partner away on the bench because of foul trouble.
90 seconds to go in the third quarter. It's a 7-point lead in favor of the Sharks. They've led from start to finish. I say finish and start to this point in the ball game. It's not... Baker. White for 3. And he's still struggling here in the third quarter. As you see by the points per quarter, the only quarter that Sheffield have actually won was the first. They've been hanging on to that lead since then.
That's right. They've been hanging on, and you know, they're doing the same right now.
Good feed from Cauthorn to Conlan. There was a foul called before the shot on Ronnie Baker, so it'll be a sideline ball.
Chris Finch is saying he thought he was an active shooting. Richard Stokes is calling the foul before, as you can hear, before he got the ball.
He did, as soon as he blew the whistle, point to the ground to say that was on the floor.
Yeah, he did.
But after all that, they're in the penalty. It'll be 2 shots.
They gotta give the players a breather. Get a little dialogue going. Sheffield not doing well with the foul line. Haven't been hitting as many as they normally hit. I wonder how they're doing shooting-wise today from the foul line compared to their percentage normally.
They're shooting 50% so far this evening. They're 73.62.
That's a big stat.
For the season.
Stat.
Big stat. Neither team doing particularly well from the foul line this evening.
But Sheffield down 20%. And remember, in a game where the referees are calling it tight, you got to hit your foul shots.
Dorsey going through the middle. Tony Dorsey starting to mount up some points now here in the third quarter. He's up to 8.
Manchester would be great if they could get this, get a miss or steal and go down and score and really have a ball game here. Likewise, Sheffield trying to maybe take this one shot or at least take it down as far as they can and get a basket and leave Manchester very few seconds to score.
Shot clock in the bottom right of your screen. Few second differential. Oh, the turnover from Conlan to Dorsey. Dorsey running it back. Dorsey all the way. Misses. White with the rebound. Blocked by Mike Payne. Swaine didn't get it off in time. He couldn't see the clock, didn't shoot the ball, and didn't get it off in time. John White had a quiet third quarter, but the Giants have still come back at the end of 3. It's 49 Manchester, 56 Sheffield in the top of the table clash. We'll be back after this.
A reminder of live championship boxing coming up for you tonight. Billy Swear defends his European lightweight title against the Hungarian Zoltán Kalacsai. That's tonight from 9 o'clock. Follow us here on Sky Sports. It's a ball game. Number 2 Manchester versus number 1 Sheffield. The Sharks lead by 7. It's back to Jimmy and Daniel.
Now, Jim, one of the things we've been talking about here in the break is the shooting by both teams. I mean, if we look down the scorers for Sheffield, they got 3 guys in double figures. And you look at the other end for Manchester, here's the scorers here. We got 3 guys. There's a good spread here for Sheffield on the point scoring.
That's right. And you look at Cauthorn, only 5 because of foul trouble. You know, those guys are going to step up.
Now, if we look at the Manchester Giants, a couple of the things we were talking about. 2 shooters on this team, Jason Swaine, Ronnie Baker, 1 shot each.
Can't believe it. Great shoot. I mean, very good shoot. Beyond good. You know, these guys can knock it down. Hesitant for some reason. They're not shooting it. So Jason Swaine just looking over at me, shaking his head. He's disappointed probably at what he's doing out there.
I mean, Jason Swaine, that's his role on the team to knock out the 3.
Jason Swaine, one of the greatest three-point shooters this country's ever seen. He's got to put it up for shots. And also Ronnie Baker, not only shooting the outside, but can attack the basket with his quickness. Just being very passive.
Well, we'll see if we get any more points production out of them or whether it'll still continue to be the John White Show. The 4th quarter of the big matchup between the top 2, and Johnson wins the jump ball. Michael Payne for a 3, and it's back out to 10.
Michael Windle Payne knocks it down.
Terrell Myers still on the bench for the Sharks. He's picked up 4 fouls in the third quarter there, so he's getting an extended breather as Dorsey runs out of court.
Kind of tough matchup for Cauthorn. I'm sure Sheffield a little worried, maybe picks up his 4th foul. They don't need that.
Dorsey definitely stepping out of bounds. He complained with the referee. He can't argue with the fact he stepped out of bounds. I don't know whether he thought he was bumped or not. Here's Cauthorn at the other end. Nowhere to go. Gets it to Mike Payne. Payne on the spin. Too strong off the glass. Cauthorn for it.
Great hustle on the boards, both teams.
Swaine comes up with
it. Here we go.
White going all the way. White all the way. End to end, coast to coast. 34 points for John White.
8-point game.
How long do they leave Myers on the bench before they bring him in?
Depends on how the game goes.
Foul called off the board. There is Terrell Myers on the bench. He's on 4 fouls. He's got 13 points in the ball game this evening.
I think Manchester better make a run while he is sitting down. When he comes back, another unstoppable offensive weapon if he's hot.
That 13 points leads his side, by the way.
Oh, good.
Bad out, but it only came to Tony Dorsey. Dorsey, blocking foul is the call on Todd Cauthorn.
That's number 4.
The second Shark to reach the 4th foul mark. Now what does Chris Finch do? Does he go to his bench, or does he take a gamble?
Well, he's got 4, and who does he bring in? If he brings in Windle, maybe they're too quick for Sheffield. If they bring in McKinney, maybe they're too small for Manchester. So they'll probably go a little bit of zone, because certainly now, you know, looking over at Nick Nurse looking at his bench, he might make a sub. They might be too big for him.
It is Ian McKinney who's come in. Nick Nurse is looking at the Sharks, seeing that they are lacking in height out there.
I think they'll probably go with, if they stay man, probably go with Michael Payne switching on to Dorsey.
They've pretty much got 4 guards out there. I know Scantlebury and Payne are guard forwards technically, but pretty much 4 guards out there. And only Johnson, the only big man for Sheffield on the floor at the moment. Here's Holley going to work on Johnson. Rebound, Will Johnson. Conlan running it back. Payne for 3. And Scants will chase it down. Good work on the offensive glass. Lobbed into Will Johnson.
Wow,
didn't have enough on
what
it.
a bad pass. That was for a bucket, too. That was going to be a dunk, that one. Pull it up!
His 5th three-pointer of the evening. He has 37 points.
Game time. No, they miss Myers only for his offensive ability, scoring, but also, too, controlling the tempo. Conlan on his own, good player, but doesn't have the complementary partner to help him pull it off.
Conlan driving through the middle on Kevin St. Kitts. And he'll go to the foul line. Kevin St. Kitts, foul number 1 for him on his 3rd debut for the club. Giants fans responding to Nick Nurse, clapping, trying to put Conlan off, and it really is very deafening in here as Conlan fires. But he makes it. He's not a tremendous foul shooter, but he's perfect from the line this evening. Again, I'm sure you can hear the noise from the Giants fans.
Well, I think when you go to University of Michigan, I think he's played in front of bigger crowds than this.
University of Michigan, one of the top basketball colleges in the States. Dorsey looking to spin. Dorsey off the pass. Tipped in by John White. Doing it all. Now, 39 for John White. Jim Brandon, this game, we've been talking about it almost since like week 3 or 4 of the season. Everybody's been waiting for this game.
Yeah.
It's been the big draw. Has it lived up to it?
It's living up to right about now. It's been a bit more dramatic than I expected, but certainly, yes. A lot of turns and twists to the plot. Certainly starting to heat up. I think we're going to have a grand finale.
It's been the team of Sheffield against the individual exploits of John White. And at the moment, it's the Sharks who... Traveling violation is called on Michael Payne, and the Giants have an opportunity to cut this to a 1-shot ball game. They trailed by as many as 15. Now he's got to look to bring Myers back in the game.
I think he's got to make a move right now. He can't
here they come
much further.
Here they come. Cauthorn, Myers both going to the table to ask for a sub. Holley is fouled, couldn't get it to drop. The foul is on Johnson, and there is another player on 4 fouls for the Sharks.
Good call by the referee. I thought Johnson pushed the issue, slid it underneath him, and that should have been a foul.
Here's the foul graphic, Jim Brandon. It's a bit one-sided.
Yeah, it is. But then again, you know, you look at the other side. White and Holley, 7 minutes ago. White and Holley, you know, they don't have any players that can replace them, you see. So I think still Sheffield absorbing this at the moment.
3 of the 5 players on court for the Sheffield Sharks are on 4 fouls. They are Terrell Myers, Will Johnson, and Todd Cauthorn. Holley cuts it to a 3-point game. This to make it 1 basket, 1 2-point basket. Tony Holley, he's up to 8 personal points. He's had 12 rebounds. He's really done the job on the glass where he's let the side down in the scoring stakes.
Yeah, that's right. But, you know, he's a yeoman. He does many things on the court, not just scoring. That's the great thing about it.
Points by quarter still. Sheffield hanging on from that first quarter, which was their best. Manchester have won or are winning everyone since then. Cauthorn with the shot clock ticking down. Cauthorn throws it away. Johnson gets it back. Stolen by Cauthorn. Shot clock at 2 as Myers with a prayer. Johnson chasing it off Holley. It is a Sheffield ball.
This is getting scrappy.
Now, Sheffield have had big leads in their last couple of games. They've seen them disappear in the cup final last week. It happened, and they still hung on to win.
Yeah, but, you know, I think hungry Manchester's not necessarily the same as any other team in the league.
Myers, good defense from White to prevent the shot. Conlan fakes from St Kitts, steps around him off the glass. Top play. Oh, it didn't go.
Miss it.
It somehow came out. Dorsey got it.
Good
Double
call.
dribble
Good
call
call,
from
ref.
Tony Dorsey.
Good call, ref.
The fans in the house are booing that one.
Excellent call on the ref. I thought, let's get a replay on that. I thought that was a good play. Good call.
Tony Dorsey dribbled the ball, picked it up, and dribbled it
I thought
again.
he just got his second hand to adjust.
It's a 2-point game, top of the table clash, 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Myers can convert, and the Giants have a chance to tie or even take the lead.
Sheffield not getting that counter break like they used to. Manchester's doing a great job making sure they don't get any easy shots, making Sheffield work as hard as Sheffield's making them as far as scoring their points. There's John White pulling, Dorsey down low against Cauthorn with 4. Somebody's got to help.
Dorsey with the tough play. The Giants are level, and Dorsey will go to the line.
Is gone. Cauthorn is gone.
Cauthorn has fouled out of the ball game. He's gone. He's unhappy. He's replaced by Richard Windle. And at the same time, Pete Scantlebury comes in for Mike Payne. The fans here in Manchester on their feet, waving goodbye to Todd Cauthorn. He's fouled out of the ball game.
Singing Happy Trails. Good old American Western song.
Dorsey to the line with a chance to give Manchester their first lead since 2-0.
And Holley gets a foul.
Holley had a tip, and as he was falling, grabbed hold of Will Johnson. The foul is on him, and that is foul number 4. So now does Nick Nurse look to his bench and take him out? Yes, he does. Mike Defoe. Note McKinney Perry coming in. Tony Dorsey on that last score moved up to a double-double now, 11 points and 10 rebounds. And the way he played in the first quarter, you never thought he'd get double figures in either category.
But great players can play bad and step up because they have the confidence to know that they can play better. You know, and he's not done. I think he's going to play a key part in how this game finishes.
Myers for 3. Terrell Myers with a huge 3 for the Sharks. And it gives them back the lead.
Mr. White. Mr. White's coming back. Shimmy shake what we got here.
Dorsey now looking to go to work. Slips. Swaine. Rebound McKinney Perry. Dorsey thought about the 3, gave it St Kitts. St Kitts to Perry. No.
Gotta call that foul. That was a foul.
Nick Nurse certainly thought it was a foul.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
He credited it as a knock away. Here's another look at it. Conlan just knocking it away. Looked like he got the arm.
Got it on the arm, baby. I heard it down here.
But it's a Giants ball. Good feed to White! What a slam!
Monster slam.
Myers for 3. Terrell Myers at the other end.
This is a hot game, baby.
Woo! John White up to 41 points. Terrell Myers with a back-to-back 3 gives back.
I hope I got this game on tape. I want to watch this again, baby.
Dorsey can't convert. Rebound Perry. On the floor is the foul. I think it was on Pete Scantlebury, was it? The foul was called. Well, we got 4 minutes, 12 seconds to go. It's 63 Giants, 67 Sharks. Nick Nurse has got a couple of things to say to his team. We'll take a listen. some problems here with Nick Nurse's mic. Can't quite hear him. I think it might be the noise in the building. What do you think he's going to be saying to his team with 4
I think
minutes
he's going to say, guys, you're doing well. We've come back. We've done a tremendous fight back. Let's just be smart. Look how we're going to isolate and get it. Whenever we get an opportunity, though, we got to finish now. Only 4 minutes left. Every possession counts.
Now, the interesting stat has been the points by quarter. We keep looking at it, but still Sheffield hanging on from that first quarter, aren't they?
Hanging on, but ever so slowly, you know, it's been ebbing away from them. The last 2 quarters, 3 quarters, Manchester outscoring them. Maybe not by as much as they need, but certainly making inroads.
Now, in the bigger picture, obviously, this is leg 1 of 3 of the head-to-head, and head-to-heads are so crucial come the end of the season. Just ask Billy Mims last year, who won the title on the head-to-head. The foul count there, you see, is another key factor in tonight's ball game.
If you're tied at the end of the season and you've got the head-to-head, you know you win it. Full stop. John White, look at the shimmy shake.
John White for 3. John White! Oh my! John White is up to 44 points on the ball game. He's still got 4 minutes to go. The season record is 54, held by John White. He's looking to beat his own record. The third quarter, he took a break. He got 4 points in that. He's got 10 points or more in every other period. Myers for another 3. That one's short. Windle tips it back out. White gets it. Stolen away by Conlan, but there was a foul on Myers first. He's out of the ball game.
Myers is gone.
He's out of the ball game.
Myers is gone. Big play.
3:38 to go, Jim Brandon. You've lost Todd Cauthorn. You've lost Terrell Myers. What is it now Sheffield have to do?
They're in better shape than most teams would be at this point, but it ain't a great spot to be in. I mean, they got some players out there who can do the business, but can they do it against the competition that they have here? I mean, you got Nick Nurse covering for his players. Holley's on 4. The rest of them looking okay right now, and Manchester looking like my pre-game prediction is going to come true.
John White misses his first free throw of the ball game. Terrell, there's his points by quarters. As I said, third quarter he had just a little bit of a breather. You know, he gets a bit tired, and now he's got back into double figures here. He won't miss both free throws. He's 9 of 10 from the stripe, and this game is tied at 67. The bookie said Manchester by 2. Jim Brandon said 3. Scantlebury for 3. Big play.
Windle. Woo! The babies are growing up in Sheffield.
White running it back to Swaine in the corner.
Ooh.
Johnson reaching highest to get the rebound.
Got a break going.
Conlan going all the way. Blocked by Dorsey, and the foul on Perry as the putback was trying to be put back.
Scantlebury following up, so important. Even if you think your teammate, all the young kids out there, has an open layup, follow him up. Conlan goes to the bucket, looks like he's got the basket. Mike got hacked, but Scantlebury's experience, you know, to follow it up. Anything could happen. If you're on the fast break, Danny, I know you may dunk it, but I'm going to follow it anyway in case you missed the one off, you know?
I might dunk it. I might dunk it. What, are you putting trumpettes out on the court now? Scantlebury goes to the line, and the noise in here is amazing as they try and put him off. The wily old veteran.
The wily old vet is not biting, mate. The London boy. The London boy with the bottle. He knocks it down, you know what I mean?
White driving through the middle with the air ball, fighting for his own rebound, somehow saved. Dorsey back to Swaine in the corner for 3. And rebound is with Pete Scantlebury.
Okay, it's tough in there.
Now, Jim, the last time you were working with us here on Sky Sports, we had Manchester-London. Remember that one where Manchester went up, Towers came right back, but Manchester hang on. Can Sheffield do the same?
Yeah, I mean, Sheffield can do the same, but I think the personnel...
Pete Scantlebury for 3!
Oh, man!
Who needs is Terrell Myers.
Hey, look at this. The game is getting so heavy. Two of the best friends in the country. Look at the shot. Three-pointer by Scantlebury, knocks it down. The veteran is coming through. The veteran from London, the most capped man in the history of English basketball, is coming through tonight. But look, Swaine and Ian McKinney, two of the best of friends. This game is so important, they're even going at each other. Some pushes and elbows are going out there. I know you're my mate, but I want this game, baby.
I think we had technicals on both McKinney and Swaine on that play. That's foul number 4 on McKinney, and it's foul number 1 on Jason Swaine.
So benefit obviously to Manchester. Swaine's sitting down, showing Ian McKinney that two guys are best of friends. They want this, baby.
There's Jason Swaine. The pair of them got in a little tangle. Pete Scantlebury, a few people raised their eyebrows when Sheffield brought him in to replace Matt Gaudio, but he's done a good job, hasn't he?
Peter Scantlebury is a perfect fit for Sheffield all around. Great player, has the experience, the intelligence, put him in a good system. He can pick it up quickly off the court. You know, a class act. The guy was perfect for him. No ego, comes in there and plays like you want him.
There appears to be some confusion here. I'm not quite sure what it's all about.
Hey, you even got Chris Wright on the baseline there shouting at the ref. You tell me this game, he's come all the way up from London. Tell me this game doesn't count.
The referee's just trying to work out. Usually if there's 2 tees, we'll just jump it up in the middle. But there appears to be some conversation. What happened was Jason Swaine was subbed out, but you cannot sub the guy who's going to go in for the jump ball. It was a double foul, so he has to go in for the jump ball. I think they also called the Scantlebury thing as a 2-pointer. Take a look at this, way behind the line. That one's worth 3. Will Johnson came over to check that replay out. He says that's worth 3, and they're going to go talk it over now again.
Show it again. Let's show the referee.
The referee's going to come and look at the replay.
First time ever.
Look right here.
The first time ever.
Here's the replay. Referee, have a look. Have a look.
Shot there. A three-pointer.
Referee's seen the replay.
First time in British
and he says,
basketball, we got a replay.
And
Let's
he'll
not
come
affect
at us
the game. Amazing. Where am I? New York?
The referee came over to our box, looked at the replay, said that's worth 3. Give him 3 for it. So it is 3. There's
the first time.
So much confusion.
I have never seen anything like this in British sport. The referee actually looks at the replay by Sky. It was true. The players are right. It was a 3-pointer. The referee saw what was on the tape and went with the call. Fantastic.
Great job by the cameraman.
Great job by the cameraman from Sky Sports.
So we're still having some argument as to whether Jason Swaine should come back into the game for this jump ball. And eventually it is. So it will be Jason Swaine and Ian McKinney, after all that palaver, to jump it up. 2.5 to go. The top of the table clash. Foul on Swaine. Was it? No. We're going to re-jump it. I thought Swaine bumped him, but we're going to re-jump it.
Just an affectionate bump.
We'll try it again. This time McKinney wins the tip. Violation White.
Makeup call, I think.
Violation White, said the referee. Didn't see what the violation was for, but it'll be a Sharks ball. They did have it anyway.
The violations, he was cheeky before.
Scamps driving through the middle and backing right out. They might look to take some time off the clock here, the Sharks. They lead by 7. Don't forget, every score in the final 2 stops the clock. Shot clock ticking down on Travis Conlan. Conlan sells the fake, goes under some kids. Shot!
Kissed it off the glass!
And a big shot,
Kissed it off the glass. Oh, what a move. Look at this. Up and under. Yes, sirree, Bob.
Look for a quick shot now from the Giants. Dorsey faked it. Dorsey through the middle. In and out, gets his own boards. Is fouled by Johnson, I think. If it is, he's out of the game.
Oh, no.
It's Johnson, and that is foul number 5 on Will Johnson. 1:44 to go. They've lost Myers, they've lost Cauthorn, they've lost Johnson. Have they got enough of a lead to hang on?
The key thing is, this is why it's so important for teams around the country to develop your youth the young players. Sheffield spent years developing this crop of young players, and now it's paying off for them in the last few years.
There's the foul trouble there. As you see, 3 of the Sharks have fouled out. 1:44 to go. Chris Finch has somehow got to get these young kids to hang on. And let's have a listen to see what his information is.
Mike, you got Will. You got Will. Let's go. Exactly. Okay. Listen, they're going to just try and put the ball on the deck and go to the floor. We're in 20, okay? Look to take charges. All right? Everybody else has to drive their man out. Offensively, let's go 4 out. All right? 4 out. Right? But bam, work dead spots. But step way out. Screen on the perimeter, action. Cut inside, listen. All right, if they're laying all over you, drive to the basket. Watch the double teams, opposite flashes. Ready? Listen, we need to be smart. Help out the ball handler, and we need to rebound. Defense, 1, 2, 3.
Tremendous timeout by Chris Finch. Covered all the bases. At the end of his, at the top, you know, gave them the index of what he wanted to do. At the end, just recapped the 2 points that he wanted to remember. Help the ball handler because they're going to try to get all over him, and also box out help on the boards.
We were tied at 67. Now the Sharks lead by 9. And Dorsey looking to get them off the 67 mark from the line.
Hey, if they miss it, Mr. Holley's under the basket. Remember again, down in London, the tip-in at the end of the game after the missed free throw.
Dorsey does make them both, though. Giants coming up court with some pressure. And the quick foul is on Kevin St. Kitts. Team penalty situation will send Travis Conlan the length of the court to shoot the free throws. Now, the last time I looked down to see what Travis Conlan shot from the free throw line, Terrell Myers hit a 3. That was a double overtime game last week. But he does shoot 65% from the foul line.
Not great for a guard. I would imagine Nick Nurse knew that. Not great for a guard.
The Giants fans under instruction from John White to make plenty of noise do. He misses them both. Dorsey gets the rebound, 7 points now in it. Dorsey to St. Kitts. St. Kitts driving through the middle. Baker behind the arc for 3. Mike Payne lost it. Kevin St. Kitts with it. Dorsey for 3. Tony Dorsey hits the 3. It's a 4-point game. Dorsey, he hasn't made a 3 all night, 0 from 3, and then he pulls up a big one with 90 seconds to play.
No better time to make it.
The foul was called. The quick foul on Dorsey. It's his 3rd.
Every time.
Pete Scantlebury going to line. Scants shooting just 50% from the line for Sheffield this season. But he makes the big one here. In fact, he's shooting very well from the line this evening. And he's hit some big shots with plenty of noise from these Giants fans to put him off. Makes them both. Pete Scantlebury stretches it out to a 2-shot, 2 3-pointers to tie game. White, there's one of the 3s. It's too long. Rebound Scantlebury. And he's quickly fouled by St. Kitts.
The governor is taking over. Hitting foul shots, helping out on the ball handling, hitting the boards.
Now, this is a crucial game for Sheffield in terms of the head-to-head because 2 of the games are at Manchester. So if they can win the first one in the house here, the next game's in Sheffield. They can take the head-to-head series before that all-important last game of the season.
In principle, you're right, but when these 2 guys come, I don't care if they're playing in the car park, it's going to be a tough game.
To put it into context of how important it is to take the head-to-head, as Scantlebury becomes joint top scorer, he's top scorer in the game. Only twice in Basketball League history has anybody won the league losing the head-to-head to the second-place teams. Kitts long on the 3, rebound Holley. Holley can't convert. Dorsey fighting for it. Dorsey gets it. Yes, eventually puts it back in. A minute to play. And the quick foul is on Baker. The point I was just making there, only 2 teams in Basketball League history have won the league having lost the head-to-head to the second-place team, and one of them was, Jim Brandon?
Sheffield Sharks.
Sheffield Sharks, when you were coaching them there in the league.
And what do I win?
You win nothing.
I got the answer.
You win nothing for that. But that's how important the head-to-head is between the top two teams. Conlan to the line again. Missed them both last time.
Oh!
Gets a nice roll on the
How about
first one
this
this time.
drama? I see some serious perspiration off the forehead of the fans here and the coaches. Oh!
He misses the second.
I bet
it's a
he's gonna be worth-
7-point game inside
Mr.
the
White
5 minutes.
spotting up.
Holley will spot up for 3. Tony Holley. Yes! It's the big 3. It's a 4-point game. Michael Payne to Windle. Conlan, Sheffield looking to take some time now. Scans through the middle.
Oh,
big
that
play
hurt.
from Peter Scantlebury. He leads the Sharks with 22 points. St Kitts fires up the 3.
Oh no!
He was fouled. The
Oh
referee called it
no!
That was a big break.
Oh no!
Big break for the Giants because St Kitts' shot was way.
Oh no!
The timeout has been called by Nick Nurse. 37.4 seconds to play, 83 to 77. Nick's rolling his last dice. Let's have a listen. In fact, we've got that problem with his mic. So Kevin St Kitts is going to go to the free throw line.
Excellent free throw shooter, by the way.
Excellent.
Led the league as free throw shooter for 3 years on the trot in the past.
I seem to remember him hitting something like 60 in a row one
That's
season
right.
as well. So you put the curse on him now, so I don't have to. But
How did I give you a break?
how many of these does he have to make? He has to make all 3, right?
If he makes all 3, they're in business. I mean, it's going to come down to Sheffield having hit foul shots and them come down to scoring. If he makes 1, if he makes 2, he's still in it. If he makes 1, it's going to make it tough.
Now, at the other end, when Sheffield look to inbound this ball, they've got to get it in the hands of Ian McKinney, right?
Ian McKinney, excellent foul shot shooter. They want to. Sheffield wants to keep it and get a foul on Ian McKinney, Michael Payne. Those guys can really shoot. They don't necessarily want Conlan or Windle shooting it.
Kevin St Kitts, his first time in a Giant shirt for a couple of years, will go to the free throw line. He's yet to score in the ball game. Yeah. St Kitts goes to the line there for 3 huge 3-pointers.
Oh!
He misses the first. I said you jinxed him.
Should have never gone to France.
I'd just like to point out at this stage, I said Sheffield by 3 before the game.
Did you?
I'm still not confident about it, but I'll point it out now.
All right, I'm glad you said that. I got you on tape here.
St Kitts makes the second, and this is a big play.
But did you call in overtime?
I didn't call overtime. If it goes in, it does. It's down to a 4-point game. They're going to look to get it to McKinney, surely. No, it's Scantlebury. I would get it to McKinney. He's the best free throw shooter in the league. He's the best shooter in the league.
Scantlebury's hit the last, 5, 6 foul shots he's taken. The boy's knocking it down. The governor from London is doing it. Give it to him.
Scantlebury has shot 7 of 8 from the foul line tonight, and most of them have been down the stretch under pressure with these fans in the building on their feet making noise.
Oh! Ice water in his veins. Knocks it down, baby.
He still looks pretty cool on the line.
If he hits this one, they got to have 2 3-pointers, 2 big-time possessions to win it. Oh,
he doesn't. Windle tips it out of bounds. Manchester ball. They trail by 5. 35 seconds to go. Here comes Jason Swaine, a 3-point shooter. He hasn't hit one all night, but then neither had Tony Dorsey until a couple of minutes ago, and neither had Tony Holley until a couple of seconds ago.
That's right.
Here comes Baker running it back. Manchester going to look for a quick 3, surely. Baker thought about it. It's to White. White's done it all. He's going for another 3. That one's short. He got his own board. Put it back. No. 3rd attempt from White. No.
Oh,
Baker.
Buddy's got to pull it.
Baker.
Got to pull it.
Kids for 3. No.
Oh, they got to get a board.
Another attempt, and the foul eventually on Windle. And that's not a bad foul on Richard Windle.
No, it wasn't. They can regroup, have a little
10
chat.
seconds to go.
10 seconds left. 1 rebound away from the victory.
He made sure he did not score. Dorsey's got to go to line and make them both.
Well, when he wrapped him up, you saw how quick, you saw those arms go. Now you know why we call him Bam Bam. The boy is ox strong. I'm telling you.
Dorsey at the line then with 2 shots. He's got to make them both just to give Manchester a chance for 1-shot tie. Former league MVP makes the first. He's struggled from the line tonight. 50% from the free throw line. Tony Dorsey needs this one for the Giants. Missed it. Oh no, it went in off the back of the glass. Call your banks when you shoot it, please. Ian McKinney is fouled immediately. Best free throw shooter in the league. In fact, best shooter from any distance in the league. He's not missed a free throw yet this season. He's 15 of 15.
Are you putting the pressure on him?
I'm putting the pressure on him. I am. He leads the league in floor shooting, three-point shooting, free throw shooting. He's not missed all season. 15 of 15. And if he makes both of these, he's edged Sheffield closer to the victory. Big shots for Ian McKinney.
That's my boy.
I wasn't going to curse him.
That's my boy. Knock it down, Payne.
The Sheffield-born lad.
Half Scottish. Half Scottish. You want to bring him up more?
Makes them both. 17 of 17 for the season. It's a 5-point game. Manchester need a 3 and a prayer.
No fouls.
Dorsey to Baker. He's got to shoot it, doesn't they? Go for a 2. There's not enough time, and that'll be it, surely. All Sheffield need do is inbound and keep away. Do not turn it. Oh, he's turned it over nearly, but no. Round 1 of the big title matchup has gone to the Sheffield Sharks. They came out strong at the beginning, and they hung on, and they won by 3, and I called it. What about the performance from the Sharks all the way down the bench?
Fantastic. Weathered the storm. How about weathering the storm? And that's a test of a true champion. When the chips are down, when things are going well, fair enough. When the chips are down, Manchester came back at them. They weathered the storm, showed character.
Now they've got a 2-point lead at the top of the table and a game in hand. Things are looking good for the Sharks.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Looking really good. And those guys, should be quite proud of themselves because it's easy to come out and let it slip after you win a championship.
Tell me about the performance of Pete Scantlebury at the end there.
The governor from London came through, the #1 veteran in the country. English players showed why he's such a respected player. Ice water in his veins, knocked it down, got rebound, played defense, did the whole thing.
It's been a tremendous victory for the Sheffield Sharks.
Now, was this a basketball game or what? Sheffield Sharks 86, Manchester Giants 83. Alton Bird is down on the court with the winning coach, Chris Finch.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, big win, biggest win of this season. I got to ask you this question, though. What did you think when Todd Cauthorn and Terrell Myers were sitting on the bench next to you?
I got a lot of faith in my guys, and I knew it was going to happen some point this season. It's just a big game for it to happen, Alton. Those guys, work hard every day. It's great role players. They got to step up and have their time. We said to the guys last week in practice that everybody's got to make a significant contribution, and that's what happened. We got great guys come in, role players. Guys like Travis really led us down the stretch, too.
Now, you got a huge game out of Peter Scantlebury, who I'm sure at some point we will ask him how that train journey is from Newcastle to Sheffield.
Yeah, well, fortunate for us, we've managed to relocate him more often than not. But again, Pete, veteran player, coming in to our squad in the middle of the season, fitting in beautifully. And this is the second time he's used his veteran skills to really rescue us and lead us again with a nice calm head. Sometimes we get a bit crazy because we're a young bunch, but not with Pete, he's unaffected.
Now you made a key defensive decision in the second and third quarters. You went away from man-to-man, you went to zone, it confused Manchester.
Well, I felt we were in foul trouble, and I thought, well, John White's gonna just try and beat us one-on-one, and we wanted to beat us from way outside and then force everybody else out, and that's what we did. And we just had a hard time coming up with the rebound, but we felt we could change defenses on them from time to time.
I gotta mention Richard Windle and Michael Payne and Ian McKinney, because they had big games.
Yeah, I'd be mad if you didn't, Alton. I mean, those guys, they bring it every day in practice, and they haven't, really had much in the production column lately. And we knew that for us to win with guys like Terrell in trouble, we'd have to have those guys stepping up.
All right, thanks a lot. Congratulations, Chris.
Thanks, Alton.
All right. Back to you, Kev.